everyone, what's going on? Joey here, and I am so excited because right now we are going to do our first reveal of Season 8 of The Masked Singer. I know, we're doing this earlier in the season than normal, mostly because we know for a fact that this character is going home next week. It's actually going to be within the first 10 minutes of the show that this person will be revealed, and we're talking about the Hummingbird. That's right, he's sitting right here. We're going to go through the clues, go through the pitch correct audio, match up our guess with the audio, and then answer all of the clues before we get started. Make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. Let's get started. So the character, once again, we are talking about is the Hummingbird, and remember, we only have 1 week of clues. There really aren't many clues out there, so it's kind of, I would say, really risky to reveal this person early on, but the pitch correct audio is so perfect that I'm like, oh my gosh, we can do this in a heartbeat and have no issue. So let's go ahead and go over the clues we have for this character. Now, his clue package, he said this: I'm excited for the kickoff of Season 8 because I promise you this Hummingbird knows a thing or two about competition. It's in my DNA. I got my start with the help of Shaq and formed a patriotic team that felt like family. Together, we dominated the Super Bowl. My career has been a revelation, but I'm only human and I'm so nervous to step on that stage tonight. So, a lot of clues to pull out of that. Super Bowl, did they play? Did they sing? They perform? National anthem, halftime, so on and so forth. Talked about DNA, talked about Shaq, that's pretty big right there, and that his career has been a revelation, so things have changed in his entire life. Visual clues, we saw cleats with no shoelaces, we saw a black speaker, a cowboy hat, football cleats. I said cleats twice, I don't know why, but I feel like the football part really doesn't matter. I think really showing that there's no strings on there, really what matters here. The number 71 on the scoreboard, and then ring pops. So every single time I hear ring pops, it makes me think of one song. Then after this, we had the trophy clue, which pretty much is, talk about your awards and so on and so forth. And this is what he said: what I cherish the most is my special awards that are out of this world. Big clue right there. They're not exactly gold, they're silver, but that doesn't mean second place. There aren't many things, especially awards, that you get that is silver, which could potentially mean first place or better, such as a Tony Award or some kind of music award. Not talking about a Grammy, talking about different kind of music award. So those are all the clues we have for this celebrity. Yeah, I know, not too many, but this is where the pitch correct audio will really help us out. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about when I'm saying pitch correct audio, every single week The Masked Singer, they give us these clue packages, and in these clue packages, it's the real celebrity speaking. It really is, it's a voiceover, but Fox is smart. They're like, you know what, we can't let them hear the real celebrity voice, because if we do, people are gonna recognize it. So what do? They take that audio, they either slow it down, speed it up, pitch it down, to make it sound, well, not normal. Now, I'm an executive audio producer in New York City, where it's my job to make audio sound good, and here in the case of The Masked Singer, it is pitch correcting that audio so that we can hear the real celebrity voice. Now, by this point, you probably went through those clues and you probably have your top 3 guesses. This is where we can pretty much eliminate a lot of those guesses and putting it to one, because everyone has a different kind of voice. Like my voice is kind of high, a little bit nasally here and there, but it's something that is an ID for someone. And so I'm going to go ahead and play the original audio that The Masked Singer gave us, and then play my audio. Then I want you to pause it, go back to your favorite celebrity, replay that audio, and see if it matches. After that, I will tell you my guess, we'll match up the audio, and then I'm going to answer all of your clues. So let's get started with the pitch correct audio.
I'm excited for the kickoff of Season 8 because I promise you, this Hummingbird knows a thing or two about competition.
I'm excited for the kickoff of Season 8 because I promise you, this Hummingbird knows a thing or two about competition. It's in my DNA. I got my start with the help of Shaq and formed a patriotic team.
Now you should know that voice, especially if you're my generation. because he was in a boy band that, I mean, you either like this one or you like a different one. You know who I'm guessing this is? Chris Kirkpatrick. That's right, Chris. Welcome to The Masked Singer. Now, if you don't believe me, I'm going to go ahead and play the Hummingbird's pitch correct audio and Chris speaking. You'll notice the audio, he's got a certain kind of tone in his voice. It matches up. Take a listen.
I'm excited for the kickoff of Season 8 because I promise you, this Hummingbird knows a thing or two about competition. It's in my DNA. I got my start with the help of Shaq and formed a patriotic team.
I mean, when I talk about Justin, it's the weirdest thing on the planet because it's like...
So that is a match in my book, but you're probably saying, hey, Joey, what are you doing, man? You gotta give us the answers to the clues. How does this match up to be him? And so let's answer those questions, starting off with Shaq. He said that Shaq formed a patriotic team that felt like family. Well, a team... Let's jump back to Orlando, okay? At this point, the Backstreet Boys, singing competition to join a group had already passed, and a couple guys, whether were working in Universal Studios and a couple other areas, were getting together to form a group called NSYNC. Once they got together, they needed a place to record. Do you know where they recorded their first album, NSYNC? Actually called after themselves? In Shaq's Orlando's house. That's right, according to this, NSYNC recorded their first record at Shaq's house in Orlando. What? Shaq had a recording studio in his house in what, 94? I didn't know that. Did you know that? I didn't know that. The next clue was dominated the Super Bowl. In Super Bowl, I think it's Super Bowl 35, they headlined with Aerosmith. They went back and forth with songs and then performed at the end. It really was like a fantastic performance. I still remember that performance, watching that one live, and that's actually when they sang live during those things. Next, the visual clues. We saw a speaker. This could refer to NSYNC pretty much being on every single speaker around the entire world. Seriously, they were everywhere. And keep in mind, they were going back and forth with the Backstreet Boys, which I actually think helped their sales. I know it's kind of interesting, but yeah, they kept on bouncing off of each other. The cowboy hat could refer to the song Space Cowboy, but we also do know that I think his grandfather was a country singer. The football cleats with no strings. I told you to pay attention to having no strings because No Strings was a name of an album by NSYNC. After that, we saw the number 71. He was born in 1971. And then the last clue we had was a ring pop. And every time I hear a ring pop, I hear like bump, 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 there to pop, which is an NSYNC song. I know. I don't know why, but every time I hear just the word pop, that's what I hear. Which, massive, massive NSYNC song. Now the trophy clue. You're probably saying to yourself, it's silver, but it doesn't mean last place. We're talking about a platinum album. That's right, NSYNC has a lot of them, and it's silver. Imagine gold is actually lower than platinum. If you go platinum, it's 1 million records sold. And let me tell you something, NSYNC has tons of them. Their first album went 10 times platinum. And then their album No Strings went 11 times platinum. Yeah, that is silver, and it's way better than gold. I mean, actually, platinum in general, even the metal, is actually worth more than gold. And then an extra clue for you guys, just to solidify our answer. Lance Bass, who's going to be I think he's going to be a guest on episode 6 of The Masked Singer. He posted online last night, or during the Masked Singer premiere, I know something you don't know about this week's premiere. What could it be? Could it be that his best bud, Chris, is on The Masked Singer? I believe so. Anyway, that is the reveal for the Hummingbird over here on The Masked Singer. You let me know if you agree, if you disagree. Let me know in the comments section. And I want to thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey. Stay safe, and I'll see you later. Bye.
There's Joey Contino.